Welcome back to the Sports News Analysis YouTube channel. My name is Mike. I'm continuing my Week 17 NFL previews and analysis. This video is for the game between the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the New Orleans Saints. This game will take place in New Orleans, who comes in with a record of 10-5, having yet to clinch a playoff berth. And look, they need this game to clinch a playoff berth. If they lose and Arizona wins, Arizona takes that spot from New Orleans. So certainly a very big game for New Orleans here. As they could finish anywhere from NFC South champ to out of the playoffs, depending on their result and results of other games. So they're going up against a Tampa Bay team that has taken some steps back in recent weeks after going on a nice little winning streak in the middle of their season. The reason for a little bit of a slide from Tampa this second time around has been an inconsistent running game, which was good during their winning streak. Okay, Bobby Rainey, obviously not a feature back in the NFL. I think he's doing the best he can, but it's a big load for him to carry here. Mike Lennon, I think he's played as good as could be expected overall all season. I think he sort of peaked at the beginning of the year. Remember, this is a team, though, in Tampa that went up to Seattle and played Seattle very tough. So, we'll see how they react now in maybe the second toughest place to play here in the NFC, going to New Orleans. New Orleans, well chronicled, plays very well at home, has had several blowout wins at home this season. A unique stat in this game, though, if I told you one of these teams was second in the NFC in takeaways, and one of these teams was last in the NFC in takeaways, you would probably assume New Orleans was second in the NFC in takeaways. But, that's something that Tampa Bay does good. They're actually second in the NFC with 31 takeaways. How does that pass defense, most notably, stack up against New Orleans and those receivers? Tampa Bay gives up 229 yards passing per game. They figured to have a guy in Levante David who can maybe keep up with Darren Sproles to a certain degree. How do they match up with Jimmy Graham? I think is going to be a key matchup in this game. We'll see how that all unfolds, but I think, from an offensive standpoint, Tampa needs to get that running game going. I don't think Mike Glennon can win a shootout. Certainly with Drew Brees in the Superdome, I think that's asking a little bit too much. How does Tampa Bay come out their last game? They know their season is for all intents and purposes over, playing for quote-unquote pride in this one. Their coach has already been linked to the college job at Penn State. So where is everyone's mindset heading into this game for Tampa? We know where New Orleans is. They need to win this game to get in the playoffs, what they've worked for, the entire season here. You have a defense that plays a lot better, okay, along with the offense at the Superdome. I mean, the Saints give up more than a touchdown less on defense at home as opposed to on the road, and they score about 15 points more, okay, at home as opposed to on the road. And I think you're going to get a vintage Drew Brees and that offense performance here. I think they are headed to the playoffs, certainly, after they secure this win against Tampa. They're obviously not going to overlook Tampa. Look, has had some good performances against good teams this year. And if you're on Tampa's side in this game, you're assuming the defense for Tampa is going to have a big game and force turnovers. I think they'll hold their own. But holding their own against the Saints in the Superdome could be letting up 30, 35 points. And I don't really see where Tampa is going to get that amount of points from to be able to stay competitive in this one. So I like New Orleans minus 12.5 at home. Guys, let me know what you think. Hit me up in the YouTube comments. Hit me up on Twitter at SNewsAnalysis. Be sure to subscribe to my channel. I preview every game every week. Going to be rolling into the playoff coverage, NFL draft coverage as well. So be sure to subscribe. Thanks for listening. Have a great night.